Welcome to the Witch's Cookery. Here's some cozy treats to go along with my spread. So these are me cooking up a storm for things to share and anything else I needed to cook for the rest of my prompts. Basically, I'm going to try and do it all in this video. So let me take you with me. It's going to be a shaky one because it's going to be handheld. So we're in my kitchen. I have my beautiful witch. We have a candle lit, and look at this. This is so cute. It's a skull filled with amethyst chips. Well, it's not going to focus very well, is it? Because I've got a candle in the way. But you get the impression. I thought, what a fab addition to my little white witch. And she's got my hat there with her and my bell to clear the energy. But I won't shake it properly. So the oven is warming. We've got a few things planned. I'm going to be industrious. So hello, you'll see me in a minute. We are warming at just over 200, but it will drop down because I'm going to make a cake. And I need to show you these grapes from my grapevine outside. It's the first year we've got grapes off the vine because we never knew how to train the vines to give grapes. It's amazing. We only got 4 bunches. 2 bunches we've left out for Eggy the hedgehog because they were low lying and he'd already been at them, so we've left him 2, so he's got stuff to nibble on throughout the winter. And I have greased up my silicone cake tin. I have got some raw cacao chocolate, so it's sugar-free chocolate powder, which is going to be going in to make my chocolate cake. I'm going to do orange flavouring with some gold crunch finish, I thought, to make it look lovely. I've got my flour pre-measured out, my sieve ready to go, and in here I've already got my butter, cast sugar, and that is vanilla essence in there waiting to be mixed up. And of course, no witch's kitchen is good without a nice flexible spatula. So I've got this lot ready. Oh my word, look at the rain. It's been one of those days here, it really, really has. And let's go over to, so what have we got? I have prepped in here red wild rice, is it? Or just red rice? I'm not sure which way around that goes. And some white basmati rice, because my partner said last time I made this dish, some rice would be good just to bulk it up for his big belly. So that's ready. That will be covered to 1.5 inches above with boiled water, and then I'll microwave for 12 minutes, and that'll be done. So that's just there, just to show you that we had something else to go with. So I'm going to cover that up because I don't want any flies popping in while I'm busy. And then here we are. So I'm going to make a type of mushroom stroganoff, although many of you may say this isn't a true stroganoff because it is a paleo type meal, and I'm doing it all dairy free. So I'll just find my recipe. So this is the recipe that I got online from the hedgecombers.com, and it's so they're calling it creamy vegan mushroom stroganoff. Now the cook time, it takes longer than that. It takes about 50 minutes to cook because I leave the stems in my kale, whereas in this recipe you should take them out. And you've got your nutritional facts there broken down for people that want that. And it's a nice simple recipe. And I've kind of doubled up and overloaded on some ingredients. So I've obviously made it mine. So this is just a basic one. And then we've got the general how-tos. So what have I got in here? One of the things that people don't know about is this nutritional yeast flakes. Now I've heard people use this for like cheese, parmesan, cheesy flavour. I'm not sure. I just throw it in where it says to use it. I've had to use thyme from the dried cupboard because I didn't have any fresh thyme. And this is my favourite, is coarse black pepper, which you can't see in there, but it's, there you go. It's like grains of sand, thick, big grains of sand. And I've got some salt there. This is the coconut milk that I'm using today. So these are 250 mils each. So I've got 500 mils, hence the reason I've upped some of my ingredients, because this is more than you need for the recipe. Here is my Navarro Cavallero kale. And I like to leave the stems in because I just like that extra bit of fibre. 500 grams of chestnut mushrooms, 2 massive onions, lemon zest. I've done 2 lemons, not 1. And then I didn't have any seaweed flakes, so I've got a nori sheet, for making wraps. I've thrown it into, I broke the sheet down and then threw it into the NutriBlend, and that to me is equivalent of flakes. And I've got all my herbs in there ready to go. I'm using my brand new cook pot. How cool is this? So I am going to have a nice cozy day in the kitchen. So I'll just bring you up. Hello. You don't really need to see me, but let's get going. These, by the way, I didn't think they would be, but they work on induction hobs. So I'm very impressed. And I got it in sale. Love it. I needed a new one. So in here I've got some oil and my garlic. I'm going to throw my onions in. If you're wondering why I'm using these, because then I don't have to wash them. So you can hear that's got the heat up immediately, so I can turn it down a bit. And I just want to brown this off really. So I'm going to coat my onions in the oil, garlic. Plenty of noises for you all. And then I'm going to put the lid on for a little bit. Keep it on 5. That should be fine. And then this, I just need to rinse it and it can go into recycling. So I've got plenty lying around. Now then, over to here. Are you dizzy yet? Let's see, can I do this with one hand? There we go. I haven't done this for ages. It's been a while. This, I cream. I was always taught to cream the butter and the sugar first. This is a Bertolli light. I'm making a big cake, so there's the entire 450 grams in there. Going for a bit. Now I need to beat the sides down, make sure they're mixed in thoroughly, and then I can move on to the next bit. Put you on hold till we get there. Okay, so it's looking a bit better for me. I just like it to look really fluffy and creamy before I add in the next bit. I'm going to do the eggs. So when I said I was doing a large mix, I'm actually working in ounces today. So I've got 16 ounces of everything, so which is about 450 grams basically. So 16 ounces of caster sugar, 16 ounces of that's Bertolli light. You can use butter, whatever you want. I don't cook with butter generally. 16 ounces of, this is a mix of self-raising flour, normal supermarket brand, and also gluten-free. So it just takes out the gluten for me. I'll probably throw all of this in. I've no idea how much that is in there, but I'll probably just all go in. And 8 eggs. So 8 medium large eggs are going in as well. So I'm going to just get some eggs. Okay, my dogs are playing, excuse the noise in the background. So I have cracked all my eggs into here. I'm just going to see how this goes. Sorry, I want to add the eggs one at a time. I definitely need to scoop the edges again. Just do that. They can't get outside and play because of the rain, so they're having a crazy 5 minutes. It always sounds like they're trying to kill someone. Don't know why my camera doesn't like focusing down. Okay, let's see what that does. I sort of know it's going to go wrong if I'm doing it on camera. Now I don't know how to do this egg free, so if you have an egg alternative, then by all means insert that. That's 8 eggs. Next is going to be the flour, and I've got to sieve that, so I'm going to have to put you down for a bit while I sieve some in. you on hold. Right, so I've had to take the blade off in order to do this. I'm just going to do it this way without, well, try not to cause too much mess. Kind of unsure as to what is faster. Whether that's faster than... Oh no, this is clearly faster. Right, that's that. And then we're going to add some chocolate. I'm not too precious about how we do this. We just this is the same stuff I put in my coffee. I'm making coffee. Chocolate if I want to do it without using melted chocolate. Right, I'm just going to put you down while I get that last bit in. Okay, so it's going to be a mammoth cake. There's more in there than I probably expected, but because it's a floppy silicone one, I put it on a pizza tray with the holes in, and that just makes it easy to transfer in and out of the oven. So we're going to pop it in the oven, and we're going to go back over and see how the rest of the cooking's doing. Okay, let's take a look. So yeah, the mushrooms are starting to soften a bit. I can see that the steam's coming through the kale, so that's softening, which means it would cook a bit quicker really. I just need to let them go a bit longer till they've, you know, broken down a little bit more. And then we can add the fluids. This is so tasty, honestly. This with some, you know, bread of your choice, garlic bread, gluten-free bread, soda bread, is really good. Probably go nicely with a pizza actually if you're feeling super greedy. And yes, I put pineapple on my pizzas. It's the only way. Feta and spinach are also really good on pizza, but I like a thin sourdough base, stone baked. So I can't tell you how warming this dinner is. When you eat it, it's gorgeous. Right, leave that one going for a bit longer. Like I said, this will take longer than it says on the recipe, especially if you're doing it supersized like me. Back over here, so I'm preparing, I'm not going to make it yet, so I'm preparing to do the flavoured topping for my cake. I don't need to do this for another hour, so just sort of get this messy bit out of the way, then I can clean down the kitchen and we're all done. I use one of these electronic scales because I can cancel out the weight of the container and I can just weigh in what I need. So this is caster sugar. No, icing sugar. It's different. Icing sugar is much finer and more like a powder. So this is icing sugar. I can't make it with granuled sugar because it makes me, ugh, it's horrible. Anyway, and this is the secret to fluffy cake tops. My friend taught me that. And the recipe that I'm using is toppings. So you can add in coffee, vanilla. I'm going to do orange today, and it's 200 to 100. I believe that's grams. So that's what I've just measured out anyway. So 200 grams to 100 grams of butter. So whatever your butter, double the icing sugar. And again, just to make sure it's a nice mix. This takes a bit longer to do, so. No, it has a much denser consistency, so I might have to put you down while I do this as well, because it takes so much longer with one hand. So again, we can put you on pause because there's not a lot to be watching here, and I really don't have a lot to chat about other than the colour of the sky. Hang on. Right, so it's ready to go. That's my powder sieved in. There's my stalk or butter or whatever you want to call it, marge, measured out. That will go into there. I'm just leaving it out so it can soften. The softer it is, the easier it is for this to mix in without it creating too much of a mess. And then I will put an entire tea towel, when that goes on, over the top to stop the cloud of mess that comes out. Believe me, it's mess. And then I will put some of that in there as well. I don't know whether I want to make it chocolate coloured or leave it white. I haven't decided. I don't have any orange colouring, so I'm not sure what to do with this one today. I think chocolate and white. I can maybe do a skeleton on top or something. Oh, if I remember. Okay, let's go back to see washing up. I'm tidying up. I'm a good girl. Let's come back to my food over here. It's smelling good. I can smell this. Right, so we are plumes of warm air. So it's, yeah, that's lovely, nicely broken down. The fluids will finish this off now. So let me just come over and check my recipe. I can't remember what goes in first. I think it's the lemon juice. Okay, so what do we got? So we're silky and caramelized. We're going to put in the seaweed flakes, the garlic, the coconut, everything. So let's start with this one. That's one. Let's do the lemon juice and the lemon rind and everything, all that goodness. Two. Some silky coconut milk. There's two of these. There's this one, which is really thin and silky. Lots of people recommend it for cooking. And then there's the one that I use for when I'm making my lattes and things, which is a much thicker kind of cream solidified coconut milk. That's my favourite, to be fair, for what I like to use. But this one I'm trying out today. I can't comment on it. I've not used it before. It does smell like coconut. That's my only worry, is if it's too coconutty. But it doesn't even make sense, does it? But we've got lots of lemon in there to kind of help marry out that flavour. Salt, pepper. And I'm feeling like I'm going to add some frozen spinach. So let me be right back. Okay, so I've got 4 blocks of frozen spinach just to throw in. And melt down just for some extra greens, really. Just get them in there. And then I'm going to put the lid on and I'm going to let that work for another maybe half an hour before I come back and stir it. And then I'll cook with the lid off to get it to the consistency that I want. Won't need to get that goodies off the back because that's yeast. Get that all in there. Bit of B12. Sorry, I can't help myself. I like to clean as I go. I don't like to finish cooking and have a dirty kitchen. So we are having a whale of a time. Right, until I see you in a minute. Okay, we've got lots going on. I am in the middle of watching the lovely Giselle at Mad Witch doing my prompt to this hashtag Bewitched seasonal spread. She's on prompt 3. So sneaky prompt. Maybe I'll just pop her on pause 1 second. There we go. I've cleaned my kitchen. I have a Prosecco poured, a rosé Prosecco. It's a little bit bigger than it should be because it's the end of the bottle, so I filled it up. I've moved my candle off the cooker because I didn't want it to get too hot. So you see, we're nice and clean, and this is what we're here for. So let's get the lid off, get ready for the plume. Look at all of that delicious, yummy goodness. The rice is in the microwave. The rice finished, so the rice went in, so it had its time in there. And when I'm ready, because it'll keep its heat for a while, I will dish it up. So I've got this one here. There's lots going on, so I can leave the lid off now for that to reduce a bit. It's had its time. Let's just appreciate my lid here. Eye of frog and toe of newt. We are doing some incantations with kitchen witchery. And I don't know if you can read in the mirror there, it says a large dose of good magic. So, and I have set my Mr. Whippy up. So this is orange essence, which I've used up all of it, and it smells good now. Stalk and my icing sugar all whipping together. It's been going for a while, so I can probably turn it off. My friend said the secret was to give it a good sort of 5 to 10 minutes of whipping. And it just makes really, really soft peaks. So this apparently is the secret to a soft, smooth filling, toppings. Just pinch a bit. Yeah, that is like mousse. Really orangey. So let's just turn this off. Oh, it's about that time, so I'll get some light on the matter. Look at the size of that cake. Amazing. I told you it's going to be a big cake. I'll give that another 10 minutes, I think, just while it sets. And my witch is happily over here still. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's all served up. Okay, there we go. We are all served. It smells and tastes delicious, let me tell you. I'm going to top it off with a glass of wine. And of course, I have my Halloween candles burning. It's Friday, and then we're going to go out and see the moon. I wish I had smelly vision right now. I cannot tell you just how good this Seville orange frosting smells, and it tastes gorge. Okay, we're on to the next day, and I'm going to enjoy a piece of cake. I'm making myself a fabulous pot of tea, and we're going to get down to making some sigils. There are quite a few prompts within the spread that I've done that you can use sigils for as part of the crafting section. And today I am inspired to try something a little more mundane in its use, but something that I will use every day. All will be revealed towards the end. The tea I'm making today is Black Magic, and I really like this tea. It's become one of my favourites. It's nice and peppery, and the cardamom gives it that extra kick. So if you're in the UK, I do recommend trying this one out. There's a big amount of cake gone. We enjoyed this last night. My Jack Skellington inspired face. What can I say? It's not the best, but it's doing the job. So let's have a little stir of some tea. I'm using my Disturbia teapot for those that are going to ask, because it's got the gorgeous gold mushrooms on it, and my White Witch cauldron mug for today, along with my spoon that came from the witch casket many moons ago. That's quite funny, given that it's a full moon today. And of course my plate that I got from my Halloween haul at TK Maxx, or one of my plates, and the serviettes actually, I think they came from the same place. One of the things I forgot to do while I've been waffling is talk about intentions. So when I make my tea, whilst you're having a moment of silence and you're dosing it all out, that is when you can start putting your intentions into what you're making. And when you stir, especially, as I'm doing now, this is me taking a moment to pause and, set what I would like my tea to bring in. This tea has a number of kind of magical properties to it, including cinnamon, which is a good one for prosperity and health and wealth. So some of that is probably in my intentions here while I'm doing this, along with, happiness, laughter, fun, joy. So we're going to do sigils. This is a technique that I haven't used for a while, so I will show you where I learnt it. And it is on a playlist on YouTube from the lovely Zane at Tarot Token Witchery. And this one, I quite enjoy this technique that he's taught. I prefer this one over many of the others that I used to use. In fact, it's one that I will probably continue to use in the future as my go-to method, because there are so many. There's no right or wrong way of doing this, but I just like the shapes it makes. So let's just recap on this spread, and we can see there are a few places where I've talked about sigils. So there's a few places where you can use this. Now today I've decided I want to have wavy hair, and I thought it would be fun to try this out on my shampoo bottle, because this is one of the places where you can put your sigils for everyday use and to imbue it with your magical properties. So this is Zane's channel. He also has some playing cards, some tarot cards on make playing cards. If anyone's interested, I'm sure his links are on his channel where to find them all. I don't own any yet, but there is a deck that I would like. It's just too much to get it across from Make Playing Cards to the UK, so I need a stash of cash and a couple of decks to order to make it feasible. Okay, so as you see, he's got quite a few on his playlist for you to choose from. I'm going to go with the first one, so this is this one at the top, and just to remind myself what I'm doing to make sure I'm doing it right for you. And then you'll see I will create my word. So as he showed in his video, we make these marks on the side of the page. So we have the straight lines, the diagonal lines, and we have the curved lines. Here I am thinking about what I want. So in capitals, so we can all see. Healthy, wavy hair. Now what we want to do is remove the vowels. So I'm crossing them out so we can see. That's them all out. And now I'm going to rewrite what I have left. This is how we start the basis of what we're up to. And doing this in capitals allows you to see those marks I've made on the other page, allows you to see where they sit within your lettering. Okay, so we've got a couple of double letters in here, and I probably don't need them. So we're now going to remove my doubles. There we go, kept missing it, spotted it. I'm sure you could all see that one. And then I'm going to rewrite what I have. And now we're going to count the marks. So first of all, we're going to look at the straight lines. So where are all of my straight lines? So this is why you have to be very clear with your block lettering, that you don't put too much of a slant on some of your letters if they don't normally naturally have a slant. So my straight lines, I've decided I have 5 on the page. And I'm going to do this now for each of the letters. Okay, so we now have our numbers and letters there, as you can see for the curves. One of them I have no C shape, so we can't use that one in our design. And we're just going to use these now so I can make as many of these marks on my page to create what I want. So here we have my first downward mark, so I'm going to cross that off, and that tells me I've used 1 mark. And this is a process that I will repeat for each mark until I have my sigil and I'm happy with the design. So where am I going to put these last ones here? So we'll mirror this perhaps, as I've mirrored most of the design. I have a tendency to like to mirror. Okay, there's my 4. And we still got this one. What will I do? I know I want to cross something, but I'm not sure where. There we go. I think I'm happy with that. I will try this out one more time on the opposite page before I do the final design on the bottom of my shampoo. I'm just writing here to remind me what this means, healthy wavy hair. And this is an everyday sigil to me, so it's just nice to know that I can use this one for everyday things. And you can do this for other stuff, on your beauty creams, whatever you want your beauty creams to do for you, your face cleansers, your oils, your cooking stuff, whatever you want to imbue those herbs with. You can do the same thing after you've thought about what you want to do and created your design. And there we go. So I'm just adding up here for everyday use. I'm going to grab my bottle, have a slurp of tea and some cake. Right, so you can see I've tried out my design again on the other side of the page, just for checking, and now I'm going to transfer it to the bottom of my shampoo bottle. I've got a dry wipe marker for a moment. Once I'm happy with what I've put on the bottom, once I find my Sharpie, permanent Sharpie, I will then go over my dry marker. So it's a permanent pen on the bottom of my bottle. Because if you get it wrong, I don't think it matters too much, to be honest. I don't know that there's rules about this, but if you're a perfectionist and you get it wrong, you're going to kick yourself if you do it first thing straight out in your permanent pen. So starting out with the dry wipe marker, I can do this and then go over it. So I think that's a safe thing to do. I don't think there's a rule as to how you transfer it, as long as it looks the same once you're done. I don't think it matters if the marks go on in the same order. But there we go, there's my sigil. Let me know if you found this useful. And in the same respect, you can do this with your tea. So if you wanted to stir in protection, the pentagram, or the pentacle, I get those confused, the star shape, would work. So you can stir into your tea the star shape if you wanted to bring in protection for your day. And then you can seal it with a circle. Right, have fun making your sigils. Thanks for watching. Bye.